Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bricks and Toys, where we like to snuggle up with our Lego sets, get cozy, and talk about what these sets mean to us and why they're here and how do they stack up against their counterparts. That's just one of the differences that we have when you come over and watch my channel. We just don't spit out the facts like a autistic robot. We try to mask and get cozy. And spit out the facts too. Today's build, well, it's obvious. It's already in front of the camera. It is the Beauty and the Beast castle. I did not think we were going to be building this set, but if some of you guys are long-term subscribers of the channel, you guys will know why this channel even exists. And that is because I had a dream and my mom had a wallet. With those two things combined, we began Bricks and Toys. My mom was more than a wallet to the channel. She also was a person that was heavily interested in Lego and collecting Lego herself. Maybe not as drastic as me with over 300 sets, but she still likes some products. And, she's got limited space in her new place. And, well, yeah, my whole new place is all Lego. So I can understand that as well. But she decided that she wanted this castle to go with her 2016 Disney castle. I have the 2023 Disney castle, and even I was considering pairing this setup with that set. But I already have an Avengers Tower next to my castle, so it's technically a Disney castle, the Avengers Tower, right? Because it's Disney, right? So it was going to be a pass. So I was going to bring you this video digitally, like I did with the Shire just a couple days ago. But surprise, we're here. Now, how does this stack up with the Disney Castle from 2 years ago? I just want to get that now and out of the way. And I have the facts right here. The Disney Castle is a $400 set. It is 4,837 pieces with 8 minifigures. It is 32 inches tall. It has a width of 24 and a depth of 13. This guy, Beauty and the Beast, right here next to me, is going to come out at $280 US, so it is definitely cheaper by $120. It is 2,916 pieces, so it is about 1,900 pieces less than the old set. It does have 2 more minifigures coming in at 10 versus the 8, and this castle is 21 inches tall, so it's about 11 inches shorter than your Disney castle, and it is about 13 inches wide, which is about half the width of the Disney castle, and the depth is about half the depth. So this might look a little dwarfed next to that Disney castle. So if you guys had that grandeur idea like I just did of buying this and putting it next to your Disney castle, maybe going with the other Disney franchise with the Avengers Tower like I did, might be the more comparable to the size. I mean, I'm looking at it beyond the camera here, and I think it looks pretty darn good, so I guess I don't need this. But like I said, this is not for me. This one is for my mom. So that's getting the facts out of the way between the two. In case you are wondering, how does this size up? Because I'm not taking that off of its stand over there to do it after I get this one built. It's just too much. So if you purchased this set on April the 1st, like I did, and when I'm filming this, you would have gotten a promo of, what the heck even is this? 40764 Easter Bunny Surprise with 217 pieces. I guess it's a Easter Bunny Surprise. I thought it was like an Easter basket, but I guess you could put stickers on it. It's got a bunny rabbit, a squirrel. I'm good, bro. The thing with Easter promos is 2 years ago when I started the channel, we were buying a ton of Lego sets, and I wound up with so many of the flower Easter baskets from 2023, and I was selling those things on eBay just for like $8 a pop just to clear them out. So Easter promos just don't sit right with me. But you know what sits right with me? Getting on with this build, and let's talking about the Beauty and the Beast castle. Now, just because I am human, I just want to say, if at any point in this video I call it Sleeping Beauty's castle, please forgive me. I know the difference between the two movies, but when you put the word beauty in a name, it all becomes a blur. I am dyslexic. Right is left is right, down is up, and you get the point. Beauty and the Beast. I keep telling myself that, but if I slip up, forgive me. We've already gone over the set number. We've gone over the piece count. This is an 18 and older set. As we can see it on the box, we're going to have hues of purple, hues of a tan color. Looks like we're going to have some accents of some sand green. We're going to have likely printed windows. Those don't look like stickers. That's going to be really cool. We can see a collection of our minifigures that come with this set. I'm going to assume the talking furniture. I've watched this movie a few times, but I don't remember all of the talking furniture characters' names. But what I'm trying to say is they're going to be counted as characters in this set, even though that they are miniature Lego builds. I'm pretty sure the lamp is Luminaire. Other than that, good luck. I'll research it as I build it. And then when we review it, I'll know the names then. Smack dab in the middle of the set at the doorway, we obviously have Belle and the Beast. Looks like we have Gaston over there with the other guy that's like his side guy, I guess. And then we have Belle's dad. Those are the minifigures featured on the front of the box. This being 18 and older, it's a typical black box with the set imposed with a hue around the set. Greebled bottom. This greebled bottom is in a ruby red color. And then we move along to the side of the box where we can get a look at, well, what's going to be the ballroom right here. No, that's not something in your pants. That's where you used to dance, just so we know. So we have the ballroom just imposed right there on the side of the box. On this side of the box, if I don't throw it over, we just have Country of Origins and the Do Not Eat It and the Lego Disney logos there. Looking at the top of the box, there we have our 10 minifigures. And we have the dad, which is Maurice, Belle, Cogsworth, which is the clock. We have Chip and Mrs. Potts, Luminaire. Then we have Fifi. And then we have the Beast, Gaston, and LeFou. We do have a 1-to-1 of Belle, the minifigure, right there for size comparison. Going to the bottom of the box, we have our traditional Lego.com, recycling information, Legal Eagles, barcode, all of that, and this really interesting Mickey Mouse ears. I wonder if that's a trademark Disney logo that is coming up and new, because I'm starting to see that in random Disney things. Now, looking at the back of the box, we're looking at the back of the set. Ain't that just what you would expect? Front of the box, front of the set. Back of the box, back of the set. Bingo, we got it. Up here, we have a picture of the set built with what looks to be a pullout of the set with the Beast and Belle. Then we have Cogsworth the clock with Luminaire and Belle enjoying some dining. And then we have what looks to be a spinning feature in the ballroom of Belle and the Beast having a nice little dance. We see similar features to this in the Disney Castle, so I would expect to see it here. We do have our dimensions. We've already gone over that. So right up there in the corner. So if you're viewing this set, that's where you can find it. And then just looking at the general back of the box, we have a lot of pearl gold elements making up fixtures. We have flame elements making up the flames. Looks like we have the rose up there. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. I think the section of floor that comes out is going to be right in the middle here. And that's going to be so we can see through the doors. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Definitely not as elaborate as the Disney Castle, but it's still very cool to get now a second castle for a castle collection, maybe? We'll see where Lego takes this. Now let's cut open this box, let's do our pour, and bring you guys in to see all of the pieces. So to open up this set, we're going to need a knife, which I have right here. I am learning nowadays to keep my knife closed, as when I grabbed my microphone the other day, this was stuck to it and it gave me a nice slice. You almost whacked yourself, kitty cat. How about you get down? In case PETA is watching this video, no, I did not just try to shank my own cat. She walked into it. So we have 2 pieces of tape, 1 and 2, and that gets her open. And let's give you guys the first look into this box. Tell me what you guys see. You guys see anything good in there? Okay, let's do our pour. Ooh, boy. And there we are. Would you guys believe me if I said we have bags? Because we got bags. But we also have a paper envelope with what's likely going to be our stickers and our instruction book. Let me count these guys out, bring you guys in, and show you guys what all this looks like, sort it out onto the table. Okay, let's begin. So we start off with bag number 1, and then we come all the way down, and we finish off with 21 bags total. So that is the size of your build. And then we have 2 books. We'll get to those in just a second. But we have a 6 sticker sheet. Let you guys get a good look at all those stickers. Not bad at all with this set. And then we go into our first number 1 book. It's indicated right up here in the corner. Plus, we got our QR code for our 20 points. Let's see if we have anything in the book about the build. Yes, we do. There we have a little intro page about Beauty and the Beast. Be a Lego guest, be a guest, as we know this song goes. Hey, that guy kind of looks like he'd be my brother. That's funny. And then we have a little bit more from the design team. And then we go into the build in itself. We start off at bag number 1, and then we finish off with 270 steps and 199 pages. So that finishes out our first book. Then we go into book number 2. Right there is how you can tell. And then we pick up with bag number 12. So the first book is the first 11 bags, and then it's 12 to 21 from here on out. It may look like our step counter resets, but it does not. We pick up at 271 steps. Now let's head to the back of the book. And here at the back of the book, it seems we finished off with 582 building steps and 177 more pages. So there is the set in its entirety, how long it's going to take to build, and everything. Now, I'm going to get to work, and in a few days, I'm going to have the review. But for you guys, the review's right now. Now, let's review the Beauty and the Beast castle. And here it is, in all of its lavender, tan, red, and sand green glory. As usual, I do want to start the review talking off about the figures. We have the figures of Fifi, Maurice, Belle, the Beast. We have Sultan. We have Gaston. We have LaFleur, or whatever his name is. We have Cogsworth, Lumiere, and we have Chip and Mrs. Pot. Let's come on out and let's talk about each of these minifigures. Okay, up first we're going to have the figure of Maurice. Maurice is featured here with his lantern. He does have the short movable legs in a dark green color. He does have a brown torso with torso print on the front with green arms. Coming around, he does have a little bit of back torso print for his shirt. Removing his hairpiece, we can see that his face goes from this expression to this expression. So he is a dual expression minifigure. Okay, our next minifigure is going to be LeFou, and this is going to be Gaston's sidekick. He does have this torch 2-piece build element as his accessory. He does have sand green unmovable short legs, all brown torso with front torso print, and also a little bit of back torso print. Removing his hairpiece, we can see that that is his front expression, but he also has a secondary, which is that expression right there. Up next, no one does it quite like Gaston, and here he is. He does have what looks to be dual molded arms, or at least printed red or tan for his arms. He does come with what looks to be dual molded legs in red and brown as well. Actually, coming from the back, they're all brown. He's just printed on the side of his legs and the front of his legs. He does come with a crossbow. Looking at his torso, it is a red torso with front torso print. On the back, he does have some back torso print, as well as a bag for his arrows. This is the same one that comes in the Disney villain set, to my understanding. Removing his hairpiece, we can see this expression, as well as his secondary expression. And now, here we have the Beast. The Beast is holding one of our printed elements, which is the mirror. His beast head is quite welcoming and not so frightening. He does have a blue torso with front torso print, dual molded legs in the dark brown and the normal brown. Coming over to the back, we do see a tail element, as well as some back torso printing. Now, you can remove his head, and removing his head reveals a human head with that expression and that expression. But wait, guys, there's more to this minifigure, and I will show you guys what that is as we review this set. And last but certainly not least is Belle. And here we have Belle holding the Once Upon a Time book. No other stickers for this book, just the one printed tile. Focusing on the minifigure, it is very similar to the one of the Disney Ideas, the Magic of Disney set last year, but this does have a few more details on the lower legs and the torso. The torso is a yellow torso, but it's printed on the front. The legs are of a little bit of a different yellow shade, also printed on the front. The arms do have that 2 printed color as well. Yellow on the bottom, tan on the top, representing skin tone. Bring it all the way around. Coming to the back, We do have torso print and the back print on the gown. Now let's remove the hairpiece. With the hairpiece removed, we can see the front expression as well as the secondary expression of the minifigure. Like the Beast, this minifigure will have a secondary function that I will show you later in the build. Okay, now let's speed through our enchanted characters. This is going to be Sultan. I guess it is his dog that got enchanted into a footstool. Up next on this nice pearl gold laddened cart, we have Chip and we have Mrs. Potts. Chip is the smaller cup. Mrs. Potts is the bigger teapot with the purple flower element on her head. Next up is Fifi, the duster. Printed element for the face. Almost through here, we have Lumineer, again, with a printed face piece. And lastly, besides two that's hidden in the castle we'll get to later, we have Cogsworth. And this was quite a cute little build. Again, printed face piece on him. And there you go. Now let's talk about the castle. Now let's take you free-handed throughout the castle. Let's start off from the bottom. Well, I was going to say the top, and we'll work our way around. On this ballroom side piece right here, we have printed elements, 4 of them. So it was really nice building this set without having to put stickers on those large glass panels like we are used to. The ballroom is finished off in the sand green brick with a little ornate statue right up there. At the very bottom, we do have some dark green leaves with some pinkish little flower buds to accent the rocks and the base of the set. Coming over to the first frontal spire, we have more printed pieces, which are these window elements that are of blue and black and light bluish gray. And then we have a lot of that lavender and tan making up the set and accenting the set. Coming up to the top, we have some nice technique to greeble off that spire. And we have that reddish color with more tan elements and one of the sculptures at the top of the spire. Starting down from the middle now, we have more of those dark green leaves with the pink little flower buds on the top. Then we have the light bluish gray in the stairs. Then we have more of those little sculptures on either side with some nice greebling sculptures right across right there. Then we have our first sticker element in the middle, as well as 2 little claws to accent that doorway. And then we go over to our next little spire piece. We see the same window elements as we do on the other side, but these ones are cut short by just having these curved elements laid on top of them. So this one is a little bit shorter than the other one if you look in height, and that's the way that they did it, is just by putting bricks over the printed pieces. Coming over to the side, we can see more of those dark green leaves with those little pink buttons on the side. The side of the spire and the back of the set right here is nothing too spectacular, just a lot of lavender. Coming up to the top of that spire, the same type of greebling around, the same red, and the same type of little sculpture right there at the top. Now looking smack dab at the next level of the set, we see that sand green, kind of accenting the top, more of that red, more of that tan, and a lot of these little woven looking window pieces all throughout here and up here and all throughout. Lots of ledges, lots of balconies, a lot of things, guys. A lot of good detail in this set, if I must say. We do have these weird little connection points all throughout the set with those pieces. Those are used to attach your Gaston and Beast minifigures to simulate when they had their grand fight at the end of the movie. So you can put Beast with his claw hanging from over here, Gaston hanging from his hand over there, and you get the point. Adults can play too, I guess, and that's what they were thinking with this set. Right there, we do have our next sticker element, which is going to be of Belle and the Beast at the end of the movie as a happy little ending tribute. Coming over, we do have another balcony part of the set, and a lot of the stuff I've already said. And then we have the very tall upward spire, which has a mounting plate, which we'll see on the opposite side, so you can put your 2 minifigures up there. And that is the gist of the outside of the set. It's really stunning, as well as it is simple. It's really done well. So far, I'm really liking the set from the outside. Now, let's go to the inside. So, to review the interior of this set, we're going to do it free-handed, and I'm going to trust on my little trusty steed of a light here to help me get inside and then highlight these details. And then we'll put you guys back on a tripod and go over some really cool play features with the back of this set. So let's start off with the ballroom, the grand ballroom. I will show you the play function of this room, but for now I just want to show you guys the chandelier, the curtains, and everything super small space, but really well detailed. We do have a door hidden right back up into there. Then we do have a grand staircase. Again, I will show you the play feature of that in just a moment. And then we do have another door back here leading to a dungeon. Then we go up to our next level, which is going to be the dining room, kitchen, and all of that. We can see our next character, which is the stove, hidden right in the back there. That is LaBouche, the stove. We do have another play function of this turning around. I actually do want to return for a second and talk about this grand staircase, as it does pull out just like that, flips around, and then it does slide back in. And that way, it can look ugly from the back. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it serves a couple purposes. One, when you open the doors, you can see the nice grand staircase from the front doors. Secondary, with it pulled out, it seems like you can close your doors easily and then access these extra little rooms off to the side, including the dungeon room right down into there. Now, the dungeon room would be normally below the castle, but I think they're working with limited space, and they had to make it work the way that they had to make it work. Now I'll show you the grand staircase up close since I have it out. And then we do have our next sticker element, which is going to be that back glass pane right there. Now let's carry up to our next floor, which is going to be the library. We have a nice printed little globe piece. We have another one of our sticker pieces, which is going to be this picture right above the books and all of that. Really nice detail on all of the shelving that goes into there. And then we have wardrobe, and I guess with wardrobe we do have another printed face piece. This is another one of the characters that's not removable. We can put Belle in there to simulate her changing and then coming out. And then going up to the top, we have a hidden feature right here. We'll get to that in just a moment. And then I think we have our final sticker element, which is going to be a picture of the Beast in his human form. And then we have the iconic rose that simulates the time that the Beast has to find true love before it runs out. And then all the way up at the top of the spire, you can see that those two contact pads put minifigures up there. And then you do continue from the back to see all these little hook points to put in your minifigures to simulate the fights. And you see plenty of little peg opportunities to put all your enchanted figures as well as your actual figures. Now let's go ahead and let's put you guys on a tripod and show you guys some play features. So one of the first places I want to touch in is going to be the grand ballroom. Here we can take our Belle and our Beast minifigures and let them dance the dance of love. Or, as my wife likes to say, Stockholm Syndrome. Pretty cool feature. It's really fun to play with, and it looks really beautiful underneath that chandelier that you can see there. Our next play feature features Belle, and this goes in terms of the library or the dining room, and it has to do with this piece right here in my hand. This is a printed piece, and yes, this looks like her skirt because it is, well, her dress piece. So you can remove her lower section and swap it out with this notched out section. So you can now take Belle and place her at the dining room where all of the moving desserts, dishes, forks, and all of that fun stuff is happening. And now you can also take Belle, well, I guess the chair too. As I fight to get this chair in, I do want to point out that that is another one of our sticker elements, which is the lavender gold accent on the back of the chair. Now with our chair snapped back in, we can also take Belle, put her up in the library, and there you go. Now there is one more feature with this set, and that has to do with this right here. Now this slides out, and as you guys can see here, it looks like a hairpiece and stuff hiding behind the window. Why is that? Well, I'm going to show you. We can take our Beast figure, remove the head, remove the lower legs, take off the tail, go back to this section, take the wig off, and there we have the Beast in his normal human look. So what about the extra parts that makes his tail and all that? Well, I'll show you. Now his head element goes right there, and his tail element can go just like that. And then that can go right back into the castle. Now with the castle turned around, I just want to go over those hand clamped little points and show you guys briefly what that can look like. Starting off with our Beast figure, let's go ahead. We can clamp him, say, right up here. And then we can take our Gaston and place him right up there. And there you have it. So that's how that feature works. So now I don't have much more to talk about, so let's go and wrap up this video. Okay, everybody. This set was a lot to unpack. Like, I mean, a lot. Now, a really interesting fact about this set is around 2,900 pieces, and it does cost you about $280 here in the US. In my last video, I made a video talking about the Lord of the Rings, the Shire being an overpriced set. Now, we have a set right here in front of us that does take probably a very expensive licensing fee to actually make, where Lord of the Rings itself is a licensing fee that LEGO has to pay. The Lord of the Rings, the Shire set, is $20 less than this and features 900 less pieces. So for $20 more, you can get this Beauty and the Beast castle with 2,900 pieces, dozens and dozens, well, I won't say dozens, but over a dozen printed parts, only around 6 stickers. It looks awesome to your Disney castle, whether you got the 2016 or the 2023 version. Just wanted to really put that out there to put it into perspective. So with that being said, the price point, even though $280 is not something easily that we can all squeeze out, it is a really good deal for the money, for the licensing, and for what it is. It is also a really fair deal that if we are going to get a second castle, that they make it affordable for us, since we just spent $400 for the 2023 Disney castle, or we're paying retirement money for the 2016 retired Disney castle. Now, on to cosmetics and things of that nature. I think the set looks cosmetically pleasing. I actually like the fact that it is smaller and more palatable than the Disney castle. What if you didn't buy the Disney castle, but you really wanted it because it's a Disney castle, but you didn't buy it because of the space? The thing that hinders us is either 1, space, 2, money, or both. What if you passed up on that? And now here you have a chance for $120 less to get a half-sized, well, roughly half-size, it's not quite half-size, a Disney castle of some sort. So that is one really cool factor. But I really don't think the size is the issue with this set. The color scheme, even though lavender is not my thing, I think they did relatively decent with the color scheme. I've seen this movie a couple of times. I don't quite click it. I'm obviously mostly the wrong gender for this type of movie. I did go back and look at stock footage of the movie, and throughout certain scenes of the movie, it does look pretty lavender in the movie. Now, I will say the top of the ballroom does appear to be more red, like the rest of all these little spires and roof elements, but I can see for the building of the castle to tie in all the other little sand grain to maybe do the ballroom roof like that was maybe a good choice. So I think all of the cosmetic choices made with this set are spot on. I think the price is spot on. I think the selection of minifigures is spot on. I am really, really struggling to find a negative with this set. In fact, the only negatives I had with this set is my own unfortunate luck with this set. The number one thing that I had while building this set, and drop a comment down below if you guys had similar issues with your Beauty and the Beast castle. Number one, my sticker sheet was not cut out properly. So I have a ripped shield tile sticker right above the door. I get it, it happens. I just knew from that sticker forward, cut them out with a razor blade before trying to remove them from the sheet. The other issue that I had, I didn't have one missing piece that was exchanged for another. I had 2. I was missing one of the flame elements. Lucky for me, I have dozens of those in a spare parts bin left over from other builds. So I was able to get the flame element and put it back where it's supposed to go. Then while building the library, I had a dark orange color 1x2 plate when I should have had a reddish brown 1x2 plate. So the only issues I had with this set is dumb luck. I have no other issues with this set. Now, a lot of people are going to say that the rooms are too condensed and all of that, but do you see the size of this thing? Do you guys remember the movie and how detailed the castle was and all of the scenes that happened in that castle that are iconic? This movie is as old as me. This is a 34-year-old movie. And this movie kind of is what put the Disney Animation Studio is back on the map and back on track. And that's just because all the iconic scenes and the musical numbers of this movie. So the designer had to do whatever liberties he had to do, or she, to try to condense all of it into such a small space and honor all of those iconic parts. I mean, I'm just going to say it, guys. This build was not expected. I thought I was going to be doing this build from a computer screen. Now I've gotten to build this 2,900 piece set. It took me 3 days to do it. I did it 7 bags a day, about a couple hours every day. I took my time. I enjoyed it. I did some research and I restudied up on the movie in that time. I'm at the end of an unexpected build, very unexpectedly happy. I look at this build and I kind of wish it was the glory days of Bricks and Toys when we first began and we were in a 2,000 square foot house and we had tons of room, and my mom shared her collection with the collection that she has allowed me to have, and we could see all these castles together, the 2016, the 23, and now this. I do wonder if in a couple more years we're going to get another castle. And if we do, you got to ask yourself the question, is this going to become a every 2 year or every year thing of where we're going to get a castle? And if that's the case, where the hell are we going to get the space to put all of them? Because this is good. This is surprisingly really good. And I know you guys in the comment section are going to have your negative thoughts, and that's fine. I want to hear them. For how surprised that this set was put onto me, I wasn't bored while building. I was in it the whole time. I love the printed pieces. I love the price. I love the piece count. There's so much to love here. And even though lavender is not my color, I love the color scheme. It's just great. I am a very happy LEGO influencer today, and I am sad to now have to bid farewell to this set, put this set into storage for my mom to pick up later sometime in the summertime of this year. Because this is not for my collection, this is for her and go back home to her. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, I just want to say, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Every time you guys subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost you guys anything, and it super supports me and doing this for you guys. If you guys know someone that would like this video, please share it with a friend. And as usual, if you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up, the like button. That would be awesome. Up next on the channel, we're going to take a step back into getting our March backlog done with the night bus. And then right after the night bus, if everything goes to plan, we're going to be back with another awesome April release set to review that I was really trying not to do, but I think I'm going to do it. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, stay on for all the cool things that we have coming. Thank you for watching. You all have a good one.